let's show what I got.
You got a few teammates out in Pittsburgh, obviously Zach Frazier, Doug Nestor, Beanie Bishop. Talk to me a little bit about those guys, maybe what you learned from some of the offensive linemen.
Like during this process?
Through your time at West Virginia.
During this process, they just tell me just be myself, just be yourself, just go out there and just do what you do. So, but just learning from them, it's been great. I played with him for 3 years in college. I grew up with Doug, so to be able to go through high school with him and play college ball with him, it was special. But just having those guys in the locker room, and especially an offensive line unit, it was special.
From what you've heard from the NFL teams you've talked to, is there any preference generally on where you think you'll be playing at wherever you land?
I think I can honestly, it's either guard or tackle, but I believe I can play anywhere on the offensive line. I feel like I can play center, and guard, and tackle. So that's what the Senior Bowl, that's what I focused on, playing guard. And then all my college career, I played right and left tackle. So,
how do you think it went at the Senior Bowl when guard was more of an emphasis for you?
I think it was a learning experience, especially it was my first time getting live reps at guard. But I think each day I got better. So it's definitely going to be, there's some different things that I have to get used to. But I think each day I got better.
What were some of the specific challenges of inside?
It's just everything just happens a little quicker.
Wyatt, can I get a prediction on your 40-yard catch?
I like to get 5 flat. I like to get in that 5 range. Yeah.
Are you doing everything?
No, I have not.
And a question, play tackle, talking about moving you to guard. Is there a pride in being a tackle, or do you just take pride in having the versatility to play everything?
I like to be able to say I take pride in be able to play everything. Just be able to get on the field and helping the team win.
Jacksonville has a Hall of Fame left tackle now in the front office, and Tony Vazzelli. Just if they were to be one of 32 teams that select you, what would that be like? Just knowing you have a Hall of Famer, kind of a sounding board, as a guy who played in position, a guy who saw something in you.
And that'd be awesome, especially just go out there and just get all the knowledge that he has and all the experience, and just be able to feed off of what he has to say to you, and be able to learn from him.
Wyatt, despite the talks of you playing guard, are you comfortable playing tackle at the next level if asked you?
Oh, for sure. Again, I played tackle my whole career, so if they want me to go play tackle, I'll go out there and be the lead tackle.
Wyatt, if you had to pick one trait that can make an offensive lineman successful, what's the one trait that you would pick?
I would say the one trait you got to be physical to play offensive line. So if you have to have that grit. You want to go dominate the guy in front of you.
Where do you find fulfillment as an offensive lineman? Obviously, you don't get all the hype that all the other positions get. Where do you find yourself being most excited about playing the offensive line?
I say it's most exciting. Keeping people off the quarterback. That's our number one job. Is don't let no one touch the quarterback. And then, the scoring touchdowns, rushing the ball, a lot of rushing yards. Just be able to go out there and just keeping the ball moving. And everything in the game, the offensive line, if the ball's moving, that's successful. If no one's touching the quarterback, that's a good thing.
And what do you think of the tush push? Do you think it should be outlawed? I know a lot of offensive linemen love that play.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be.
Have you met with the Chiefs, and what would it be like playing with guys like Trey Smith, Pete Humphrey, Joe Thuney, etc.?
Yeah, it'd be awesome to be able to play with those guys, especially those are some of the best offensive linemen in the league. So it'd be awesome.
Have you met with Tampa Bay this week?
I haven't met with him this week. I talked to him at the Senior Bowl. But that conversation went well.
Who have you had formal interviews with this week?
I've only had I did a lot of them at the Senior Bowl, but this week I had the Commanders.
How was it with the Commanders?
It went really well.
Wyatt, who's a guy going back to West Virginia that we're not talking about right now, but a year from now we'll all be talking about?
I say right now. I say Jaheim White. Jaheim White, he's a great running back. He's special.
What stands out about him?
Just his athleticism. He's fast. He loves the game of football. So I'm excited to see what he does this year.
You're known for your toughness, your physicality. Who's the guy that you matched up with in a game this year that kind of brought that same kind of intensity to the game?
One person I really like going up against is Little Carter. I think that matchup there, I know I didn't get to play in the second half, but I think that was just a special matchup, and I wish I could play that second half. But it was fun going up against him.
People don't talk about his physicality all that much. Is that something that stood out to you?
He was just an overall great athlete, great football player.
So that was the first game of the season, and people didn't necessarily know that he would be in the conversation for number one pick. Was that something that you could sense, going back to week one? It's like, okay, when draft time comes around, I know you were focused on the season at the time, but you know when a guy is that caliber. So could you sense that he would be one of the most talked about players at this combine in this
Yeah,
draft process?
especially just going up against him. You can tell he was really good, especially for the first time being able to play defensive end. So just going up against him, it only makes you better. So and I like going up against the best players, so it only makes you better.
I think I saw you only allowed one sack between high school and college, and that was back in maybe one of your first seasons, 2021 or something like that. Can you recall that one sack just because it's the one that you allowed?
Yeah, it was my first game against Maryland. It was my first series. I didn't see the field much after that. So I had a holding penalty and a sack on my first drive in my college career. So yeah, it didn't go too well.
Are you planning on doing most of the drills this week?
Yeah, the only thing I probably won't do is bench press.
You said you only really met with the Commanders, but tell me about your interactions with the Steelers back in Mobile in the Senior Bowl.
All the conversations I've had went really well so far. So, Steelers, they went well. We just talked football.
Yeah.
So,
do those guys do your previous teammates at West Virginia tell you about Pittsburgh at all? You stay in touch with? I mean, obviously,
I talked to them, but I really right now I just asked Frazier and Doug. I just asked about this process right now.
Wyatt, what are some of your strengths do you think you can bring into the next level?
I feel like I'm an athletic offensive lineman. I feel like I can dominate. I feel like I can dominate the line of scrimmage. I feel like once I get my hands on you, you're not getting off. So I feel like that's my best part of the game.
Are you ready tomorrow?
I'm ready.
Do you have a goal?
Right now, I just want to go out there and compete and do just like the 40 and all that. I would just say I like to. I don't want to say I'm much of a speedster, but I like to get a 5. But yeah, I say all my times and everything will be good.
You played Penn State twice, 2023 and 24. Did you have to block Deny Dennis Sutton at all? And what was that experience? So
what was it again?
Deny Dennis Sutton.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be back next year. Just what are your thoughts on him and how?
So I blocked him more the year before, so my junior year. But again, he's a great player. He's going to be a special player.
What's your favorite play that you made over the course of playing at West Virginia?
I would say one of my favorite plays, it was last year, my junior year against Baylor. We was down going into the fourth quarter. I think it was like a minute, 2 minutes left in the game, and we had like a 2-minute drive to go down and score and win the game. So that was pretty special.
You obviously have some NFL guys that you play alongside, Zach Frazier and a few others. What did you learn from them, maybe through going through this process and preparing for the NFL level?
What Frazier really just hit his love for the game, how he attacked the game of football, all the extra film study, all the extra recovery and weight room stuff that he did. So that's what really he taught me.
You won.
Chance to meet with the Eagles through this process?
I might have met. I haven't met with him this week so far, but I met with him at the Senior Bowl.
How'd you feel about the Senior Bowl experience, and who stood out to you on both sides of the ball?
Really, the Senior Bowl was great. Just be able to go learn the NFL terminology, like what the coaches teach. So just be able to go that, and then also go play a different position. So just overall, it was a great learning experience.
Have you met with the Seahawks this week?
I have not yet.
Oh, thank you.
You meet with the Titans?
I think so. I met with them at the Senior Bowl for sure, but I don't know if I met with them this week.
Thank you.
Notice you said offensive lineman, not offensive tackle.
Yeah.
What's kind of the conversation been about tackle, guard? I know you can snap some at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
What's kind of the conversation been like about changing some position?
I feel like each team I talk to, they either guard or tackle. So I feel like I can play either guard or tackle. I believe I can play all 5 positions.
What part of your skill set fits into an outside zone run scheme?
Again, I feel like I'm an athletic guy. I feel like I can get out there and cover those guys up. I feel like I can run them off the ball, create space. So I feel like that's important, creating space in the outside zone.
Do you feel like you're better suited? Sorry.
Do you feel like your strength is run blocking or pass protection?
I feel like I'm great at both. Again, I feel like the last 3 years, I don't think I've given up a sack. So again, also run game, I feel like that's one of my best things too. So I feel like each like pass blocking and run blocking, I feel like I'm pretty good at.
Do you feel more comfortable in one scheme or the other in terms of zone or kind of gap?
No, I feel comfortable in all because I feel like at West Virginia we ran about every scheme possible. So I feel like I'm pretty comfortable in all of them.
You won the Mountaineer Award for weight room stuff. Tell me about that part of your kind of game and yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta take pride in being hard work. So that's one thing West Virginia was built on. So hard work, grit, the blue collar mentality. So be able to especially win that award because that's recognized by the strength staff and your teammates. So that award means a lot.
You met with the Houston Texans while you're here?
I've had one meeting with them. I met with them at the Senior Bowl as well.
How have those conversations been with the Texans?
Again, the conversation's been good.
Just like kind of a follow-up on that, I'm sure you met with several teams, just informally, formally, but who were your formal meetings? Do you remember all the ones that you had here?
I've had the Commanders here.
Commanders here?
Yep.
Any other?
No, that's the only formal one I had here.
Okay. Any quarterbacks you want to block for in particular, or growing up, you're like, hey,
it doesn't matter to me. I'll try my best not let anyone touch them either.
Wyatt, being a West Virginia kid playing at WVU, kind of talk about what that meant to you, the fans, playing in front of them every week, kind of what WVU did for you.
West Virginia's got the best fans in the country. They show up each and every week. They're crazy. They love their West Virginia football, but especially being from West Virginia, it's been a blessing. I was blessed that I was able to play for West Virginia. It was a great opportunity. If I had to go back 4 years ago, I'd still go to West Virginia. That's my home, so I'm forever grateful that West Virginia gave me an opportunity to go play there.
You were the top right tackle coming out of high school in the nation. Why did you choose West Virginia? I mean, it's the hometown. Was there ever consideration to go elsewhere?
I really felt like my relationship with Coach Brown and Coach Moore, it was awesome. I felt like that they was family, and I felt like they were like the way they recruited me was special. So playing for your home state would have been awesome. It's 3 hours from my house. West Virginia was my option.
Yeah. One of the most experienced tackles in the class, like almost 3,000 snaps or something like that. Multiple charting services said that you hadn't allowed a sack in 3 years. How are you so consistent with your pass block?
I just feel like my coaches, Coach Moore, Coach Jens, they did a great job teaching us. They're great coaches. Just working on the stuff that you need to work on. So after each year, we'd go down and sit down and see what I needed to work on, and that's what we'd work on. So just be able to work on your craft. And again, I don't like no one touching my quarterback. So it's just not letting them get back there.
What's your vision? What's your vision for the future of West Virginia football under Rich Rodriguez?
I feel like they're going to be a great team. I wish them all the best. So I hope they have. Rich Rod does a great job there. So I'm happy. I'm hopeful they do good next year, and I'm hopeful I get back to Morgantown next year to watch them.
Good job, Wyatt.
Thank you.